and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Joy and I'm a makeup artist. You can follow me on my social media handles on Instagram at jswitbeauty, Facebook at jswitbeauty, and on TikTok at jswit.beauty89. Now I'm going to go straight into today's video. A lot of you have reached out to me regarding tutorials for work appropriate makeup, and I thought to myself, why not reach a wider audience, which is why I have put this video together. Okay, now if this is something that you like, do me a favor, click the subscribe button, like and share with your friends. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section if there are any other tips or tutorials that you would like me to share with you. So let's get right into the makeup routine for today. So to start off with this routine, I'm going to go into my moisturizer, and for moisturizer I'm using my Lee's moisturizer. You can use any moisturizer that works for you. Any simple moisturizer is fine, but I love this because it gives me a really good base for the rest of my products. And so I'm going to go in with a little, because little goes a long way, at the tip of my finger, and I'm basically just applying that all over my skin. You can go as much as you want because it actually absorbs into your skin really good, but because I don't want too much of it on my skin, as I'm going to apply my primer as well, this is enough for me. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to set my brows, brushing it in place. I had to reach out for my mirror just so that I could see exactly what I'm doing, and I hope you can see it too. Okay, so my brow is all set. If you notice, my skin is still radiating from, the moisturizer and the primer that I used earlier. That's why those are my go-to, because it just sets my skin and gives it a really good base for my foundation and other products that I'm going to apply, which is also one of the reasons why I applied earlier, so that it absorbs well and it is sticky enough for the rest of the foundation and products to set in. Okay, now I'm going to reach out for my eye pencil or my brow pencil. You can use any of your choice. I got this brow pencil at Beauty Base in Stratford. It's just a regular brow pencil. I don't have any particular preferences. As long as I'm able to define my brows properly and that it is well pigmented, I'm good with that. So I'm going in with my brows, and like I mentioned earlier, my brows are quite full, so what I'm doing is just basically going into the sparse areas and filling in with short strokes. And the only area that needs a little bit of attention are my edges, basically. This one is a little bit fuller, but still has some sparse areas here, which is why I'm just taking my time and giving it some short strokes where needed. Some people like their brows really full and thick and, defined, but because this is a workplace or work appropriate makeup, I don't want to do too much. I just want to have it looking as natural as it possibly can. So I'm going back in and I'm basically just brushing my brows together to align with the areas that I have filled. There's some extra space here that could do with more strokes. Yeah, and I think we're good to go. To define my brows, I'm going in with my Tarte concealer, and I'm just going to apply just a little amount at the back of my palm, at the back of my hand. I don't have an angled brush here, but I'm using this tiny brush here from JSwit. This is one of my favorite set of brushes. I will leave the link in the description below. You can get this on Amazon. Trust me, you won't regret it. Beautiful set of brushes. I'm now going in to define my brows. And just as I applied the brows with short strokes, I'm doing the same, starting with the outer corner of my brows in short strokes and basically just defining it, just to give it that precision. As you can see, this foundation is like shades lighter than my complexion, but don't worry, by the time I'm done, it'll be well blended. You can use a simple concealer or a shade close to your skin, whichever your preference is. Sometimes I go in with the actual foundation for my skin tone, and it gives me perfect precision as well and doesn't look too sharp. But don't worry, like I said, by the time I'm done with the entire makeup, it will all blend in. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my foundation shades. I'm using the NARS Soft Matte in Moray. And I'm also going to be mixing it with my Smashbox Halo Liquid Foundation in the color 6. My foundation is set. I'm going in with my concealer, and I'm using the same concealer that I used for my brows, which is the Tarte concealer, the Double Duty Beauty Tarte concealer. And I'm applying just a little here, my tear dot area, on my forehead, the outer corner of my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my chin area, and the peak of my lips. I'm going in with my beauty blender and I'm highlighting my T-zones properly. Not to give it too much of a highlight, but just enough to brighten those areas. Now that my entire face is set, I'm going to go in with a mist spray just to make sure that everything is, put together. And I'm going in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Spray and dispersing that all over my face. Now I'm going to set my under eye and my T-zones. This you can skip, especially when you don't have so much time to get ready for work, but if you can, why not? I'm going in with the same beauty blender, and I'm using the setting powder from Morphe's. I forgot to show you that, but I will leave it in the description. And I'm using the shade Banana. I've dabbed a bit of it on the beauty blender, but I'm just going to dust it off on at the back of my hand so that I'm not packing on too much product, okay? And now I'm just gonna go in the areas that I have highlighted and pat that slowly. So this is my pressed powder in Fenty Beauty in the shade 370. And I'm going to go in with my favorite and absolute favorite brush from, I don't know if it's J Sup or J Soup. It's just like pronouncing J-Swa Beauty. But this is my absolute favorite brush. You can see the feel, you can see how, you know, fluffy it is. It applies really well. I'm going to go in with my powder and apply it all over my face. And in a few strokes, you can see the coverage that this gives. I mean, if I decide to go to work looking like this, I think I'm good, literally, because I've been able to cover a lot of the blemishes and there's an even base here, so why not? But I'm a little, just a little, slightly little extra. Let's go in with more. To contour my face, I'm going in with the Revolution Glow Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer in the shade Medium. I'm going to just take this and dust it off at the outer corners of my cheekbones, brushing it into my hairline. And what I do sometimes is just go right here, just to create that defined jawline. That is totally optional. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve, how you want to enhance the shape of your face. That is what basically contouring is all about. So you have to follow the shape of your face, which is exactly what I'm doing because this works for me. Okay, I'm taking the same brush and I'm just going into my nose and just dusting it all over. I'm not doing so much of a contour because, yeah, can't be bothered. Now to define my eyes, I'm going back into the same contour bronzer that I used, which is the Revolution Glow Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer, and I'm taking the same shade and working it into my eyelid, the crease actually, just to give it a little bit of definition. You can decide to not use any eyeshadow if you're going into the office and just, you know, apply a liner, some mascara, and that's it. But I like to give my eyes some definition just because of the way my eyes, I have like protruding eyes. So every time I do this, it gives it more definition and makes it less out there. So this is what I do and this works for me. Okay, now I'm going to go into one of my favorite palettes, which is from Juvia's Place. It's the Zulu by Juvia's. This is an old palette, but I just can't seem to get rid of this because it's my all-time favorite, and I'll show you why. This shade right here is my go-to. This is my go-to shade for blush, for brow, for my crease. It's a beautiful shade, trust me, and you'll see why I love it. So I'm going in with that shade and basically applying it on my lid. Upper lid is done. I'm going to go into my waterline with a waterproof gel liner, and I'm basically just dragging that from the outer corner inwards, and while I'm at that, I'm also going to tight line as well. So by tight lining, I'm going into the inner corners of the top and the bottom at the same time. To finish up my eyes, I'm going in with my Kiko Milano mascara. And basically just going to apply that to my lashes. So I'm stroking upwards and I'm stroking over it as well. For my blush, I am going in with the same palette I spoke about earlier, and I'm taking the same shade that I have on my brow, on my lid, and I'm just dusting a little bit of that, like that, and this is what I'm going to apply as my blush. To finish up my look, I'm going to use these three products. I'm going to use a lip liner, a brown lip liner, a nude matte lip gloss, and a liquid gloss. Okay, this is my go-to because it's simple, it's appropriate for any environment, it's appropriate for the workplace as well. It's not too much, doesn't do too much, and this is my go-to. So let's get into it. I'm just going to line. And then I'm going to go in with my nude matte lip color. To finish it up, I'm using my Urban Decay lip gloss, and I'm applying that all over my lip. Last but not least, I have to go in again with my setting spray. You can use any setting spray, but I like this dewy, I like the dewy effect that this particular spray gives me. So I'm just going to apply a little bit. And there you have it. Very easy, very simple steps that you can incorporate in your daily routine. If there are steps to this routine that you want to skip, or if there are steps that you want to add, let me know in the comment section. But I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that it's been helpful. Until my next video, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.